A little bit about myself. I'm president and CTO over at Tribune Online Content. A lot of you probably remember Tribune Publishing. We changed the name to Tronc last year to really reflect our move towards digital. And we own the LA Times, Chicago Tribune, and about 100 other properties. Justin Herz is the executive vice president at Warner Brothers, and he's in charge of the digital product, the platform, and strategy. And he's been with Warner for 13 years. And as far as I can tell, your job is really to keep them cutting edge. And you've developed the Warner Brothers Cloud, and which is appropriate. We're in the cloud room. This is your room. And I guess a system really to create actionable insights from consumer data, which I think is really exciting. And Justin was my first pick to really talk about the future of media and technology. So, as many of you know, LA is really at the center of the global sort of media creation, and we're deeply integrated into changes occurring, not just in technology, but in Silicon Valley. So, change is happening so fast. I think in many cases it's confusing for companies, and we have to manage through that change. So, if there's one thing we see consistently, it's that consumers want more choices, they want easier access and lower costs. But they also love to connect and share. And so the connecting and the sharing part is what's, I think, really interesting to people participating in new technologies, but it's not necessarily the part that makes the most money for us as content creators. Like the biggest surprise in the past decade is, companies like Facebook, Twitter, Google, they still rely upon us for news and journalism and content. But, and without those platforms, or without our content, those platforms would have significantly less value. But we have yet to really extract all the value out of those platforms that I think the content industry needs to be healthy. So, as you know, newspapers and music in particular have had to face a lot of challenges in the past decade. And so I figured we could talk a little bit about those changes and how we've adapted. So Justin, your role is really to drive innovation, and so I'd love for you to spend a few minutes and just tell us about your goals.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the studio for a long time, and I've had a sort of front row seat in a role in making technology, digital platforms, and software, the center really of the entertainment business. And we're sort of poised at a very interesting time. You look at things like VR and AR as new formats that are coming out. That I think will remove sort of that last inch of distance between entertainment content and software. It will in fact be the same thing. So it's been a very interesting sort of ride over those 13 years. But innovation in large companies and companies that have been around for close to 100 years is always a challenging task. We're a legacy business with strong roots in our history. And while innovation kind of has always been a part of Warner, going back to the first talking picture, invention of DVD and other technologies and formats over time, shifting into the future, shifting into a world where consumers are connected, where they're interacting, where the kinds of stances and positions and relationships that we're both able to have as a company and absolutely need to have as a company are rapidly changing is a preoccupation of mine, and it's now become a preoccupation of everyone across the studio. Just to give a very quick example that maybe is illuminating, we are one of the top North American games publishers, really the only studio left in that business, generally a top 5 publisher. And if you look at the development of the games industry over the last few years, we've gone from a product in box sold in physical stores to digital product sold through digital retail outlets to mobile gaming that are based on what they call the freemium model, basically free to start playing and then monetized through in-game transactions. And in order to monetize through that kind of a business model, you need to establish and maintain an ongoing community dialogue, discussion, and with the create product within the game effectively in real time to respond to what the audience is interested in.
Right.
That's a whole different sort of stance, connection to the audience, and way of producing content than we ever have been involved in the past.
Yeah, I mean, that shift alone, I observed, with social gaming when, Zynga came onto the scene. I think everybody on Facebook got a Mafia Wars invitation or a Farmville invitation, and that was sort of the new generation.
Or Pokemon Go.
Or Pokemon Go now with augmented reality experiences. These shifts are so rapid, and it feels like they come out of nowhere. I mean, it's just like one day, it's just the virality hits. And so when you have billions of dollars invested in these distribution channels and packaged software that got sent to actual physical locations, you can go buy it, take it home, and so forth. So, talk to us a little bit about how you see the integration between the distribution platform and the content itself, like the content creation. Because before you'd make something and send it out, like it would go out VHS or DVD, or you'd make a CD and then send it out. And now, you have this direct connection to the consumer, but they're also now engaged in the product in a different way. It's like you're constantly doing updates. So how does your team, adapt, or how has it adapted, or how do you want it to adapt to this new world where the product kind of is 24/7 and you have a direct relationship to the consumer?
Yeah, so there's probably a billion different ways to answer that question, but
I'll just choose one.
but I'll choose one or two. Part of it is about, so one of the thoughts that comes to mind is the very nature of the content that we're creating and the content creators that we're working with is in the process of changing. I think that one of the things that we've seen very clearly with new distribution platforms is sort of obvious. You look at the people who are garnering the views on YouTube or more recently on Facebook, Twitch, any of these kind of social video platforms. These are not, the classic creators in the Warner Brothers, Hollywood mold. So there are different voices, different people, different ages, different ethnicities and sexes that we have not necessarily worked with in the most concerted way over time. And we have a very significant effort at the studio, and I'd say we're about 2+ years, maybe even 3 into this, where we are establishing relationships and developing sort of the next generation of voices that are producing content that's really, really different from the stuff that we historically produced or even produce, closely today. The formats are different. Very often there's a virtual reality aspect. Short form is significant. We actually just, the end of last year, closed on an acquisition of Machinima, which is one of the big game-focused MCNs, bringing in expertise and relationships from a distribution perspective, in terms of leveraging these social video platforms, but also relationships with the most popular content creators. So that's one thought that comes to mind.
Do you see a world where, a kid in their basement who's creating content, sort of has like the Justin Bieber arc, where they go from creating content on YouTube, they have a Twitter following, the next thing you know, they get noticed, I think it was radio stations were noticing, right? Like, he said he was going somewhere and tweet, and then 10,000, teenage girls would show up, and they're like, okay, something's happening here.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, he's like a huge artist. So, do you see that kind of thing happening in the game space and in the video space and for the content that you're used to just, creating and streaming?
Absolutely, and in fact, it's happening now. I point to, hopefully some of you guys saw a film that we put out last year called Lights Out. Lights Out was a horror movie, and it started as a YouTube short. I think it was maybe 3 minutes long. You guys should watch it, it's really cool. The concept, the director was brought to the feature space. It was a big experiment in a variety of different ways. From a creative talent perspective, that was the first time that we had really tapped in that way. A creator from a platform like YouTube, we brought them into the feature world, so that was a big move. And then the way that we marketed the film was very, very different. And somewhat of a bet, I guess, from a major studio perspective. We more heavily relied on these social channels, really tried to get back out to the audiences that had discovered this content in the first place, really knew about it because the audience had self-selected. They raised their hands and said, this thing is awesome.
We want to see more of it.
We want to see more of it, exactly. So,
how much, if you can say, how much was the budget for that film?
We don't sort of give out specific numbers, but I would say for us it was a pretty modest budget. We don't do low budget movies, but it was a pretty modest budget. Kind of in line with kind of the modern horror production scale in that scale, in that genre. But the way we went about marketing it and the channels and the sort of a level of allocation and time spent on digital channels versus traditional television and linear was drastically different. And it would make everybody nervous.
Right. Big experiment.
Look, we're always sitting around like, what's going to happen? When the film opens. But this was like doubly nervous because we weren't playing by the rule book that we had created over many decades. The thing that was so fulfilling and exciting about it was that not only did the film massively outperform the tracking that we had been looking at, but when we looked at the audience that turned out for opening weekend, it was 80% under the age of 18, with a nice skew actually slightly to the female. So it was a really interesting experiment, very profitable from a film perspective. In fact, it's partly why we are doubling down on the horror genre as one of our core sort of franchise categories in cinema.
Great. I mean, that's a great example of how large companies sort of adapted to this new environment, right? Sort of, bring in what's working and then run with it using your existing resources, focusing obviously more on digital than the normal billboards and posters and so forth you see for movie promotion. So, it's interesting because we have a similar goal in terms of transitioning what we're doing with just print newspapers. Our community of consumers really trust our brand, and they also have the aspect of being regionally connected or being part of a community. And so we've had to take a different approach to really bringing that community into the digital ecosystem while also underneath a single brand. So while you're constantly launching new brands, we have one brand. So we actually don't spend a lot of money on marketing. More money is really in fresh content, because every time a new story breaks, we're there and we're focused on it. And so that's a more expensive proposition than sort of build it once and then try and sell it many times. The shelf life on news is actually relatively short. So we've had to adapt by being faster and by being more, combination of using new technologies, but then also telling stories in different ways. So live blogging, we have real-time reporting, we use bots to report on crime or earthquake, and then a journalist can then take that information that's sort of automatically generated and then write a more extended story when it makes sense. We're doing video wrap-ups of the news where we're a newspaper, but we produce a ton of video. Our video usage has just been going through the roof. And all in all, like, those innovations really make give our audience more of an opportunity to interact with us on different platforms. So we've had to embrace new production. We've had to embrace new revenue models. We spend a lot of time pushing things onto Facebook and interacting with social platforms. But there's a lot of challenges, because we have a process that has to change. When you've been producing a paper for a long time, think about it. Like for since really 1761, we've been like making paper. So
I always think I'm cool talking about 100 years ago.
we're 1761. So Hartford Current. So think about it. You show up to work, 9 a.m. You got your coffee. You start thinking about like, what am I going to write about? And then you work on it, and you take a break at lunch. You have a draft. After lunch, you kind of finish it up, sit down with your editor, and then you file your story at 5 o'clock. And then it goes into the paper. They print it that night, and then the next day, everybody reads yesterday's news. So they've been doing that for forever. So now it's like, well, now you got to get the story, the first version of the story, out and published before noon, because most of the internet's reading the news between 9 a.m. and noon every day. So that's a totally new production process. And then you're doing updates, and you're doing new connections to that story, and seeing, oh wow, these stories have a lot of interest in the audience, or the audience has a lot of interest. Let's do an extension on that story. Let's do another version of that story. So now you're spending the afternoon extending things that you were working on earlier in the morning. That's a totally new process, and kind of like blows people's minds. Like, wait a second, we've been doing this for a long time.
No, it's actually, if I sort of step back and think about where I spend time, a big chunk of my time is in looking at the points of friction in the way that we go about doing things at the studio, and the ways in which we really are creating issues or missing opportunities, and working sort of across the organization, which is pretty big, to get us to a different place. We used to release content very tactically, not only in time but in geography, and we would have very long periods of time before we might release a film in the United States versus some other country. That's pretty much history at this point. We do global day and date releases. Film is one thing, because you're producing content, you spend all the time producing it. There's a little bit of time, although with post-production and visual effects, that lead time between finishing a film and getting into the theaters has kind of disappeared. But putting that aside, you have a certain amount of time to prep the film, to do the dubbing, subtitles where that's necessary, and get it out into the theaters. But think about television. Television's time frame and cadence is very, very different. Shows and episodes are delivered very close to airtime, and if you want to get each episode every week out as globally as you can with dubs and subtitles, and do that in a way that super serves the consumer, because those geographic boundaries are completely gone. We release a piece of content here in the States, like Westworld, one of our shows for HBO. Everybody around the world knows that the episode is out there, can find out what happened. If they want to get it, they can get it one way or the other.
Right.
Our job is to make sure that we can put out the best version of the episode in the language, in the places where consumers have the easiest, best experience, and of course, one that is rewarded to us from a business perspective. But that demands a whole different set of processes, workflows, and really just demands a different way of thinking about the work that we do, in the same way that you guys need to rethink the work that you guys do.
Yeah, it's a different process. I'm going to ask maybe a slightly provocative question. We've seen so much money being invested in content by the new guys in the block. Netflix, Amazon, even Facebook, spending money on content now. Do you feel like their ownership of the distribution channel, does that represent sort of a serious threat to Warner Brothers business in that domain? Obviously, you have other businesses you're involved with besides just TV and film. But how do you view that threat, or how do you view that strategically? You're like, well, you know what? That's just expanding the ecosystem. we're going to be provided like everyone else, or wait a second, they own the last mile to the consumer. That's really dangerous for us. We have to go and look at other opportunities or other ways to compete.
Yeah, a few different responses. So one of the things that's interesting and unique about Warner Brothers is we are really the last studio that is largely unaffiliated with a network. We're not part of Disney, NBC, and Universal, NBC, that kind of a construct. So we sell our programming to all the networks. We're the largest producer of television. So what's happened with the advent of Netflix and Amazon and others, we're selling content to those channels. So it's a business opportunity for us, first and foremost. So that's one response. Another, which is interesting, is it's actually created a new aftermarket for certain types of content that really didn't have an aftermarket previously. Without going into all the details, there's some content in television that works really well for syndication.
Right.
There's a bunch of content that really doesn't. It just does not have a syndication opportunity. That stuff has performed massively well on Netflix, as an example. Our CW shows would be a good example of a whole new revenue stream for content that we didn't really have before those came into the fore. Now, I don't want to totally whitewash. I mean, the dynamic of these new entities that are aggregating audience, that are getting into the content game, of course, it creates new challenges. But I think that the way that we look at it is these services are getting traction because they're resonating with consumers. There's something really positive and good about the value proposition they offer that they're giving to the consumer. And first and foremost, what I try to do within the studio is say, look, we have to put a consumer first face on the way we do all of our business. And if something's getting traction in the market, it's because it's offering something of value to the consumer. We need to understand that. We need to figure out how we play in that space. Can't be afraid of it. We can't stop it because it's unstoppable. We're sort of in an age now where consumers win out, right? They control, we all control what we want to consume, where we want to consume it, on what device we want to consume, and that bell has been rung. Our job is to figure out what that means for Hollywood, for Warner Brothers specifically, and it represents great opportunity if we can pay attention to why it's resonating.
That's fair. I mean, I think the opportunity is definitely outweighs the uncertainty about what to do, because we just see the numbers growing every day in terms of consumption. For us, we've traditionally been regionally focused on just news. We've launched vertical brands now that are national. We just acquired a company, the Daily Meal, the Active Times, and it's actually our first sort of attempt to do a national offering across a topic. And how do you integrate that into your local publications? How do you take advantage of, we have Jonathan Gold's 101 Restaurants Week. We're putting on the Food Bowl. It's coming up in May, 300 restaurants participate. So it's very local. It's very focused on what's happening here. So the question is, how do you take that kind of experience and combine that with these opportunities that have millions of recipes, zillions of city guides, and where to go eat, and of course all the wine and celebrity chefs that go with it. So we're launching new properties in that space to expand, because we see the need. Like, we see all the people consuming food content, and we're like, you know what? They go everywhere. LA Times users are everywhere. So what's the opportunity for a national offer? And so we're moving in that space as well, but it creates new KPIs. What is success when you have a newsroom and now you have these vertical offerings?
Well, you have to try things, right? And not all of them are going to work. I think that's one of the things that I try and instill across across sort of my group and more broadly across the studio, you have to experiment. Ideally, you're trying things and you're failing quickly if they're failing. If they're not, you're chasing that and amplifying it, to be a bigger business. That can be hard in big companies, as far as public companies, that are very focused on quarterly earnings, but it's an absolute requirement. It's cool that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, well, failing fast is one of our mantras. I think, I came in as president a year ago, and I think one of the things I noticed about the culture was people were not willing to experiment. There was a sense of fear, even across the entire newspaper industry. I'd go to conferences, and people sort of look like deer caught in the headlights, like, we don't know what's next. And I was like, well, here's 10 different things you can try. Data analytics and targeting and verticalization and mobile first and video integration and so on and so on. So I think it's really about experimentation. We've had to adjust our culture to be more about experimentation, innovation, and we've had to hire different people. Like, we didn't have a data science team a year ago. Now we've got an entire data science team. We didn't have an analyst team that was looking at data. Now we're collecting almost 3 billion data points a month. A year ago, we had 0, and we're using that to make decisions about product and promotion and so on. So that creates new processes, new departments, and I think opportunity. But it is scary. People are like, what's going to happen next week?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for security and sort of certainty, sure, it's definitely scary.
Yeah.
If you're into experimentation, figuring out sort of what comes next, and excited about the various forces that are driving this future, it's super fun.
Yeah, great.
And it really does create a lot of opportunity for the companies and for individuals, because there are any number of different skill sets and talents that all of us need to bring into our companies that really don't exist or haven't existed historically within the organization.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, there was no need for the level of real-time response that you need now. And we have the same thing. We do live blogging. We need a whole tech team supporting that. Like during the election, we had Facebook Live, and we had things that were updating in real time on people's responses coming out of the poll booth, and all of that was on the website live. And the paper side, they had 3 headlines or 2 headlines depending on what happened, and they were done. It was like, okay, which one's going to print? We'll find out, right, late at night. But the website was just constant and obviously very exciting. So I think we're kind of short on time. So I just want to thank you for coming to join us today and share with people, innovation here in media and technology. I'll be at the Tronc booth. It's 102 out there from 2 to 3. If anyone want to come by and chat some more. And I don't know how long you could stay around, but please do.
Be around for a couple of minutes. And thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
This thing is really cool. I was not really sure what to expect with this job there, but it's really impressive.
Yeah,
it's very, very cool.
So we'll head over to the booth 102 if you have, because I know there's folks going on next, so we'll get out of the way and let them do what they need to do. So thanks, everybody.